Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Gonna go over this pretty, let's be honest, a little bit of a dumb story of Steam being noted to be an unsafe place for teens and young adults, as noted by a U.S. senator. Warning Gabe Newell of more intense scrutiny. There's a lengthy PC Gamer article. Let's talk this story over on PC Gamer. Less than a week after the release of an ADL report accusing Steam of normalizing hate and extremism in the gaming community, U.S. Senator Mark Warner has sent a letter to Valve boss Gabe Newell asking what the company is doing to combat the rise of extremist content on the platform and warning of further scrutiny from the government if Valve doesn't play ball. Noted, it has been brought to your attention before that extremist ideologies seem to find a home on Steam. In 2022, Valve received a Senate letter identifying nearly identical activity on your platform, and yet 2 years later, it appears that Valve has chosen to continue a hands-off type approach to content moderation that favors allowing some users to engage in sustained bouts of disturbing and violent rhetoric rather than ensure that all of its users can find a welcoming and safe environment across your platform. The 2022 Senate letter referenced by Warner, written by U.S. Senator Maggie Hassan, said Steam has a significant presence of users displaying and espousing neo-Nazi, extremist, racial supremacist, and misogynistic and other hateful sentiments. Now, there is a level of that on any platform. You can have moderation, but when you open the floodgates to anybody having an account on a social media platform, you're gonna get a level of degeneracy. I mean, that's like the simplest way I can put it. You're not gonna eliminate all of the degeneracy on any social media platform. Yeah, can you have a level of moderation above other platforms versus one platform? Sure. And then there's also the sentiment of people abusing moderation tools and just silencing people. I would rather more free speech. Look, online rhetoric is just that. It's nonsense online. I just feel like we shouldn't be taking it all too seriously. Obviously, if people are like saying super hateful or like threatening stuff, yeah, whatever, maybe deal with it. But the block button exists, all this stuff exists, and I get the idea of, oh, it's a teenager, it's a young adult. I mean, at the stage of a young adult, you could probably not get too tilted by conversations you have online, but I understand, like, teenagers might take stuff a little bit more seriously, and maybe you need to add more moderation for them. But at the same time, like, how are you, this is what I always say when I talk to people about who have kids and they're just like, oh, I'm not gonna get my kid a phone until they're 18. Oh, I'm gonna make sure they stay off the internet. Like, bro, you ain't stopping them. You ain't stopping them. They're going to school. They're gonna talk to their friends. You think everybody's following these same rules about, like, oh, yeah, my parents don't let me have a phone either. Like, bro, they're gonna be exposed to some nonsense. It is inescapable at this point. You as like a parent at this point, all you can do is try to teach them right from wrong, I think. And I speak as somebody that doesn't have kids, but like this idea that, oh, I'll make sure that the environment's good. Yeah, you could do the best job that you can, but eventually, unless you completely make them a hermit or something, they are gonna be exposed to what is viewed as nonsense or extremist ideologies. They will view that, they will be exposed to it, and this is from the standpoint of, you know, they do single out teenagers and young adults again. Let's focus on the teenager aspect because I can understand from that why there would be a little bit of a criticism. But Steam's got how many? 130 million monthly users or some nonsense like that? They've got a lot of users. To say that this is a significant portion of that user base is just laughable. And that is always the case with any argument. Oh my god, this platform's got so much extreme. Oh my god, y'all are racist. It's just like, yeah, maybe some of that exists to a small fraction of the overall monthly users or weekly users, whatever. But it's like, why are we focusing on such a small amount of people? Yes, if people are, there's levels to this. If people are saying threatening, super hateful, just there's death threats, like, yo, death threats being sent out are not okay. I totally get that, but sometimes I think we see that, okay, there's something abhorrent that has happened or multiple abhorrent things, and then we try to label an entire— I see this with Twitter all the time, Twitter and X all the time. Yeah, there's some craziness on Twitter and X, but if you take 1% of the craziness and terrible things being said, and then you're like, oh my god, everybody's doing this, and a lot of people do that with Twitter in particular, a lot of people do that with X, where they take 1% or even 2%, 3%, and then they're like, X is filled with people that don't know. If you use X, you're a horrible person. And it's just like, all right, brother, relax. You're using a small fraction of the overall user base, and then you're trying to label everybody on that platform like that. But I digress. It's unfortunately a reality that it's almost impossible to fight off everything when you've got so many active users, but they do continue. As Black Friday and the holiday buying season approaches, the American public should not know that not only is Steam an unsafe place for teens and young adults to purchase and play online games, but also that absent a change in Valve's approach to user moderation, the type of behavior that it welcomes on its platform, Steam is playing a clear role in allowing harmful ideologies to spread and take root among the next generation. Holy hell. Oh my goodness. And it's also interesting, like, what is viewed as straight up hate speech and all of the other very, engaging terminology that people use. I think people being a little bit mean towards one another. Like, I grew up in the days of the MW2 lobbies. Y'all already know how crazy that was, and, everybody seemed to have done something to my mother in the MW2 lobbies. Like, if those were around these days, oh my goodness, would they be under scrutiny? And I understand that we can't live in a world where that is normal. I guess that is just not acceptable, but I do look back at a little bit of nostalgic remembrance with days like that where it was straight insanity. Maybe you want to label that the insanity of the video game online community is a reason why people do crazy things, but to me, I just think it's crazy that we're trying to police absolutely everything. Steam is a gigantic platform, and sometimes I'm like, yo, these community pages are a little wild. Yeah, Steam does release some wild games, and if it was up to me, like, I'm a little bit of a degen at heart, I would just say, let this just, shackles unleashed and everybody does whatever they want within some sort of reason. Obviously, there's gotta be some sort of line that we can't pass, but I feel like we're trying to bring that line with us just being against a lot of things, and, that's a slippery slope that people are gonna get into, but nonetheless, I don't think this is going to go anywhere, but they are under scrutiny. They are under fire. Maybe they'll do something. I do think, a level of moderation could be had, but at the end of the day, like, Steam has so many users. How are you going to moderate 130 million people or however many million people use Steam every month? And when it comes down to it, it is just inherently such a small fraction of the overall user base that it's innocuous in the grand scheme of things. Maybe it's a pathway for people to be exposed to doing horrible things or horrible ideologies, but if y'all think Steam is the only place where this exists, I got a bridge to sell you. I got a bridge to sell you at that point, because they're gonna be exposed to wild things regardless in the age of the internet. The Timmy going to his high school class in freshman year, Johnny over there, maybe you as Timmy's parents restrict Timmy from having a phone. Johnny over there, his parents don't give a damn, and he's got his phone, and he's seeing some wild stuff, and then he exposes boy Timmy. Y'all already know how this works. Like, if you're trying to fight against it, I just think that's a losing battle, but I digress. I'm going on and on. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and let me know just the idea of fighting these ideologies on these platforms. Like, what is Steam gonna do? There's 130 million people on the platform. You about to police every single one of them? Yeah, you can do as best as you can, and if you say completely wild and outlandish things or threatening things, there's a cause for concern. But beyond that, I just think a lot of it is overblown. But that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. That's gonna do it for me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.